everybody, welcome back to another Stampin' 101 video. Today we're going to be talking about the Simply Scored scoring board from Stampin' Up, along with the diagonal plate that you can purchase separately that goes with this. I'm not really going to do a project with this in this video, but at the end of the video there'll be a link to a project that I just did using the scoreboard, so you can check that out. I thought I would show you how to use the diagonal plate with the scoreboard and how to make envelopes. Point out a couple features first that I really like about this scoreboard. First thing is the little markers that are included with your scoreboard. You get 3, but you can also purchase another set of 6, and they are, what I like about it is I could take these and put a mark at 5.5 inches and 4.25 inches and leave them there, and those I know are my 2 score lines for when I'm making my cards. And in the video that I'm going to post at the end of this, I use them to mark where I am scoring for my project that I'm working. The scoreboard that I wanted to share with you is the Stylus. The Stylus is actually right at the very bottom of your scoreboard. It clips right into your board, and I really like that feature. The Stylus also has a thinner point and a thicker point. I really like to use the thinner point when I'm doing my scoring, so that clips right down here at the bottom. The next thing I want to share with you is the diagonal plate that you can purchase to go with your scoreboard. This is great for making envelopes, and what I really like about this is that it has these little grooves in here, so your board will connect to your scoreboard, or your plate rather will connect to your scoreboard, and it'll stay in place really nice. It also has these little grippies that hold it in place as well, and then there's also a little arrow that when you're getting ready to use this, you want to make sure your arrow is up at the top of your board. So we're just going to go ahead and set this in here, and as you can see, it slips in there really nice. It doesn't move around. With the diagonal plate, it comes with a little reference guide for scoring a couple different size envelopes. I thought I would show you how to do the standard A2 size envelope, which is for a 5.5 by 4.25 inch card. It says you're going to need a piece of cardstock or pattern paper at 7 3/4, and then you're going to do a score line at 4 1/8 and 3 1/8. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little clips here and I'm going to mark 3 1/8 and 4 1/8. So those are the 2 points I'm going to need for my envelope that we're making. I'm going to take my pattern paper, and with the guide it tells you your first scores are going to be 4 1/8. So I'm going to take my stylus, and at 4 1/8 I'm going to do my first score line going right along the diagonal. And then you can either take your paper and turn it completely around and do your 4 1/8 this way, or you can leave it the way it is and do 4 1/8 using the guide on this side. I find it a little easier to do it if I turn it and use the guide up on the top, because I know exactly where to put my stylus for scoring. So the next thing we're going to do is turn our cardstock, and we're going to now do a score line at 3 1/8. So we're going to do a 3 1/8, and then I'm going to take my pattern paper and turn it completely and do another score at 3 1/8. Like I said, you could do it over on this side at 3 1/8, but I just find it easier for me to line it up where I have my little guide there. So now we have these 4 little sections on each side that our score lines are intersecting, and what we're going to do is just take our scissors and trim those little sections off. Alright, I went ahead and trimmed those 4 little triangles out, and the next thing we're going to do is start putting our envelope together. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold all of my edges in here. To our envelope top. And then all we have to do is just add a little bit of adhesive. I'm going to add my adhesive to the 2 inside flaps. If you add it too close to the tip of your envelope right here, when you go to fold it, this will actually get stuck to the back side of your envelope. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my adhesive right on the edge of our little flaps. Then we'll go ahead and push that. This is how to make an easy, quick A2 size card envelope with your designer series paper, so it'll match nicely with your card that you're making. And on the end of this video, I'll have a link to another project I did using the regular scoreboard. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see everybody next time.